Hey friends, and welcome back to my channel. It's Teresa here with a layout for you for the Kellybell Designs creative team. Today we're heading over to the Galaxy's Edge at Disney World, and I'm having a play with one of the quick pages from the Galaxy's Edge collection. And typically quick pages are PNG templates almost, but they are flattened, and the idea is to just add your photos and add them to your photo book, print them out, or however you work with your digital layouts. But today I wanted to deconstruct a quick page for you, and the reason I wanted to do this was because one, I had one more photo that I wanted to incorporate into this layout, and I had an idea for using one of the page starters to do that, and it also gave me a fun opportunity to rework the clusters in the quick page. The clusters in the quick page are gorgeous and stunning, just the way they are. But you know, as hybrid people, we like to play with the embellishments and change them up a little bit. And sometimes that's just what you want to do, just to make the layout suit your story and possibly suit who you're designing for. In this case, I'm doing a layout for my sons, and so I didn't really want to have some of the flowers and things like that from the quick page on this layout in particular. So let's head over to my filming desk, and I'll share with you how everything looks printed out and talk more about the details of the page. Okay, so what I've printed out is the deconstructed quick page itself. This is the primary photo that I'm going to use, and then a couple of the smaller photos also going in the layout. And then the photo of the Millennium Falcon is the bonus photo. And so you'll notice a few things. This is the background that I printed out. It's slightly smaller than 12 by 12, more like 11.75. And what I've done was I replaced the pattern paper in the top left-hand corner with a little bit different pattern paper, and then to echo the starburst on the background, I used the punch it cards. And so once I layer the photo on top of that, you won't see the words, but you will get the sort of starburst going into the atmosphere, going into the galaxy effect. And then I have these two card stocks. I haven't decided yet which one I want to use as the background. I just wanted to have the edge not be the red background. I don't know if that makes sense. The other thing that I've printed out are the elements from the collection and two frames. And this is what drew me to this template, was the use of that frame and being able to add another frame to the page. Okay, so what you can see I'm doing here is attaching the photos to the back of the background. And what you choose to print on your background is totally up to you. There were some other journal cards and pockets that I printed out to include on that, but I left those off. But I wanted the feeling that the photos were behind the background. Just playing here with different depths and dimensions, right? Which is what I love, especially about hybrid scrapbooking, and staying true to that. So here's where I venture away from the original Quickpage a little bit. And I am going to go ahead and adhere down the main photo here of the Smuggler's Run ride. This is where folks queue up for this ride if you've never been. And so, like I mentioned, the frames, this frame drew me in, and again, and this is sort of like an opportunity for more layers and depth and dimension here. And but I wanted to add this extra photo, and so I did that in the upper right hand corner and used another frame, but this one is vertical, and I tilted it a little bit. It goes off of the kind of grid, everything in a straight line kind of layout, and that sort of makes that photo pop a little bit as well, but it also pulls you into the layout, and everything about this is designed to pull you into the layout, sort of like how you're being pulled into the galaxy, right? When you ride these rides, you're being invited into these experiences. And so a couple of the ways that that's done, obviously the galaxy burst behind the main photo and the vibrant colors, the icons will help, right, to reinforce that feeling that you're meeting R2-D2 and you're seeing BB-8 and you're getting to touch that helmet and put it on. And then another thing that I did here is printed out the fighters in a couple of different sizes, but they're coming at you in the layout. And so those fighter planes are going to be the only things that are popped up on the page. And so they're sort of coming at you. And another way that I'm trying to achieve that feel, and again, this is experimentation, this is play with layers and dimension. But another way that I'm trying to achieve that is through having them again on the diagonal and different, they're printed and cut in 3 different sizes so that they look like there's a couple coming at you. You might want to duck. You might want to grab that helmet and duck. And that's more of that visual interest and more of that. This is what makes this an exciting, dynamic layout. And I love doing that. I love making these Galaxy's Edge layouts like that because they're excellent opportunities for playing. Now, another little play here is the lightsabers. I had to include those. With 2 boys, we had at one time probably 20 lightsabers in this house. And so it's not a complete layout if it doesn't have a couple of lightsabers. And so I changed it up from the original Quickpage and did 2 opposing lightsabers. So that's a fun little detail here. And then I also used one of the word art pieces to fill that little gap between the diagonal photo and the photo of the guys as they were riding this ride. So good times there. You'll notice how I have other different photos that they took from within the ride. I didn't go on this one. I'm not a fan of the rides that go really fast or have sudden jerky movements, but I can make a scrapbook layout about it all day long. Some other details that I'm adding to the page here. So there's a little bit of space here on the far left hand side. I moved that resistance, the red resistance die cut. I moved that over here on the original Quickpage. It's on the right hand side. But a great place to pop a little bit of color there. And then the Millennium Falcon. You can't have a Star Wars layout without the Millennium Falcon. And then, of course, as I mentioned before, R2-D2 and BB-8. They're just two of my favorites. They're just so lovable. Who knew that we would fall in love with two little robots? And now there's like even more, and so even better. A couple of little word strips here around the page, and then I'm getting down to the end here, and I saved all the stars to last, and I really just wanted that to feel like I was adding them kind of impromptu. There's also this little patch here that I forgot where I planned to put it, but that's okay. I'm going to add it here along with that red. Now, I am going to say this. There's one little thing that went wrong with my filming. I forgot that I was going to add the cardstock behind the layout, and totally forgot that this was actually smaller than 12 by 12. And so I cut the filming off before I show the color of the cardstock that I backed it with. I ended up going with more of a yellow background instead of orange. For some reason that just seemed to be more interesting to me. And so you'll be able to see that with the final photos of the layout. As always, thank you so much for watching. I will have links to these products down below. I hope you've enjoyed seeing a fun way to deconstruct a Quickpage today. And I will see you back here again real soon. Bye-bye.